Hi, my name is Troy Mackinder. I'm just here to introduce myself specifically to Australian actors who are in LA for either the pilot season or just living over there and trying to make it. I've recently had a lot of actors who I've worked with here in Melbourne and Sydney that have gone over to LA to do the pilot season, and I'm working with them for their auditions, and it occurred to me that, I should make known to other actors who may not know that I exist, that I'm available and that I can teach over the internet using Skype. Now, my history: I am American living in Australia. I've worked as an accent coach on many of the films that you can see behind you. Most recently, being Terra Nova, the TV series. We're hoping that there's going to be a second series, so let's hope. And basically, my focus. I wrote a book on it. I'm specifically focused on the Australian sound and how to get it to sound like an American. You may think that you may be happy with voice coaches over there, and that's keep going with it. However, I would say that if they're not talking to you about emphasis of words within the sentence and stress of syllable, then they're probably missing one of the very specific things that deals with the Australian accent, and that, I think, is the most important thing that you can learn when you're doing the American accent, so that you don't have that Australian kind of emphasis of words. Americans are very sing-song quality compared to the Australian sound, and we hit different words. So, I mean, if you take a line like, "I like your car," very simple line. You think, oh, I can just perform that. I just connect to it, and that's cool. However, the Australian emphasis tends to be a more of explanation of who's talking and what they're talking about. Your car. I like your car. So notice it also goes upward. We know most actors know about the upward inflection of Australian versus downward inflection of Americans. However, Australians tend to try to get a downward inflection by doing their Australian thing and then go downward, and it sounds incorrect usually. You don't have to do that. If you fix the emphasis of the words, you'll sound American automatically. Americans are much more economical compared to Australians. We don't hit pronouns very often, and we don't do the explanation words of who's and what's talking. We actually just say the words that are important to get the point across. And in this line, "I like your car," it's simply "like car." Like car. Okay? So it makes sense. I like your car. So that's the American emphasis. If you're not hearing about that with your voice classes, then maybe you're missing out on a little bit of specific thing that will help you as an Australian specifically. Vowels, R's, all those kind of things probably will be picked up, but that's one of the main things. Other things being the stress of syllable. Okay, stress of syllable. Take a word, one of your favorite words, aluminum. Yes, it's spelled differently at the end, but that is not a vowel difference in aluminum. It is a stress of syllable difference. You guys hit 1 and 3, aluminium. We hit 2, aluminum. So the stress of syllable is exactly different. The al happens because you stress it. You can't say the first syllable and not say al if you stress it. You can't say the first syllable and not say if you don't stress it. So aluminum, if it's non-stressed, it's going to be every time. So again, stress of syllable is why vowel shift, is why R's are noticed, because of stress of syllable. Also, the last thing, and stress of syllable is very important with the R's, because in a word like leader, Australians will see that R and then they'll stress like an Australian, leader, they'll hit the second, and then they feel like they got to get that R in there, and then leader. And it sounds just a little odd to the American ear. Now, a voice teacher over there may say, yeah, you got the R's, it's there, it sounds right. And they may just think that you're doing that as an actor, rather than the reality of it is that you got your Australian emphasis, you got your Australian stress of syllable, and that's why you're working that R. But the fact of the matter is the stress is on leader, and the R is almost not even there. As long as you stress like an American, we won't notice the R. So all of these things are very specific to the Australian. So why not get a lesson from somebody who knows how to work with Australian sound? So this message is just to let you know that I'm out there, I'm available. The timing works out great because my work day starts right around 6 p.m. LA time, And hey, look, and you pay through PayPal with credit card. It's simple, and plus you get Australian rates, which is much cheaper than LA rates. So anyway, look, I hope to hear from you, and let's get you the part. All right, cool.